I'm not gonna lie, I literally made $2,000 in my sleep, like dead ass. And I'm gonna explain to you guys exactly how I did that. So to start off, on the 15-minute time frame, what we see, this is gold by the way, 15-minute time frame, you can see we have this 15-minute change in the state, right? We also have this 15-minute inversion that was made that we tap into, and if you go on the 5-minute time frame, you can see that 15-minute inversion gets tapped into and closes bullish, reject it beautifully. All right, now we're not doing any big things in it right here, but we're just being patient. That's what you got to do, be patient. So at that point, this is what I see. I see this big move up, and what I do is I draw my OTE, my fib from this low to this high, right? I see that we come into this OTE area. I don't really like that we push past 0.705. Most of the times when I enter trades, it's a limit order at 0.75, but 705. But I didn't place a limit order. I was just being patient and waiting to place the market order. So if you go to the 1-minute time frame, you can see after tapping into our OTE, that area, we don't push past 0.79, but we bounce off of it, and we have this 1-minute inversion. We also have this 1-minute change in the state, and we have this 1-minute inefficiency that gets tapped into, and buying pressure comes out of it. So that's why I take my longs, and I put my stop loss at these lows. If you go back to the 5-minute time frame, you can see more clearly. Hold on. And then what I was targeting was, this is low-key what I was targeting. I was targeting these highs right here. As you can see, it didn't get to that point. So I woke up at 7:30ish, 8:30. So I'm not gonna lie, I seen this on my phone, because when I entered the trade, I fell asleep, and I wake up at 7:30 and I open my phone to check my trade. Yo, $2,000 in my sleep. Like, money's not real, like dead ass. Anyways, I see that we tap into this. If you go to the 1-hour time frame, right, you can see at that point when I went to sleep, this 1 hourly inefficiency was unfilled yet. So we filled that, and I see that. So at that point, I wake up and I see this displacement to the downside. I close my trade at like around 2.2, 2.1. I'll show you guys the video of the trade with the picture, whatever I took, I don't remember. But I see that, I close my trade, $2,000 in my sleep. Like, tell me that is not crazy. That's literally insane. But yeah, today, great day. I seen that shit on my phone when I woke up, wide awake right after. Only had like fucking my camera cut off. But yeah, I only had 3 hours of sleep. I wake up around 7:30ish. I see this shit on my phone. I guarantee you, I've never had more energy in my life. I'm like, oh shit. And this is on a new funded account because I already had an XFA. And then I passed this other eval a few days ago, and then I took this trade on that XFA. I didn't copy trade it, but I took it on that XFA. So I risked like 250 max, I think, like 250, 200 or some shit. I don't know. I'll see in the picture when I show it. And my target was like fucking 3 bands. This how I had to get taken, you know? It was low-key, to be honest, it was low-key gambling. But in this case, I explained the trade and why I took this trade. And as you can see, it turned out. So, but I see we tap into this 1 hour gap, and we kind of like bounce off of it and start showing displacement to the downside. My bad. We start showing displacement to the downside, and as you can see, price drops after that. So after I see this first displacement, I just exited the trade, took my W, and moved on for my day. That's really it. So this is the trade I took during London session, by the way. I don't know why I was awake during London session, but I was awake during London session. This is the trade that I took. And yeah, that's basically it. So fucking amazing trade in my opinion. So if you guys have any thing to say about this trade, of how I explained it, just explain it in the comments. And that's it, bro.